Our proposal takes shape within the wider debate of market concentration of social networking platforms such as Facebook, Twitter or TikTok. The rise of the internet has brought to an exponential rise in the number of websites, but however great this rise has been, it's been asymmetric, with some websites coming to prominence and becoming synonymous with the internet itself, while others being segregated to the dark sides of the web. In fact, it's enough to say that in 2001, the top 10 websites contributed to 35% of the internet trafficking, while that same number in 2010, it was 75% of web trafficking. This is because we have different dynamics at play. We have network effects, first and foremost, which is basically the fact that the more people use a social networking platform, the more that platform will be valuable to the public and the more other people will want to join in. Then we have switching costs, which is basically the fact that you cannot take your Facebook friends and bring them over to a different platform. And then in the end, we have data-driven economies of scales. And this is mainly the fact that the market concentration allows this company to gather capital, human capital, economic capital, in such a way that allows them to reiterate their competitive advantage within the economy. And the absence of competition is not a problem per se, but it becomes such when these platforms come to represent something like a private government.
So, first of all, interoperability generally refers to the ability of two different or multiple systems to seamlessly communicate with each other. However, there is no one-size-fits-all approach, and interoperability approaches can vary by the level of technical integration or the value chain. In order for an interoperability mandate to be successful, it needs to tackle the fundamental issues of network effects and switching costs. In our case, we deem it appropriate that our interoperability approach is both horizontal and asymmetric by design. Horizontal meaning that it refers to platforms operating at the same level of the value chain, and asymmetric because bigger gatekeeper platforms would be required to be interoperable, but smaller platforms not. This interoperability approach would also include a predefined set of core functionalities, such as a user's profile, his or her followers and connections, the ability to share text, images, videos, but also engage with other users' content. At the same time, platforms could still innovate and differentiate their services on the basis of other features such as privacy and security. So how could this look in practice? One could imagine a Mastodon user seeing and engaging with content from a Twitter connection without the need of using this platform or switching platforms.
Interoperability can be achieved through two different options: open standards or open APIs. With open standards, different systems essentially speak the same language. This means they have the same understanding of what a post is, how it is encrypted, and the whole process of it being published. However, developing new standards is quite a lengthy process, and it's quite a political process as well. Gatekeepers would certainly find ways to delay the process, and also implementing and adapting existing systems will probably take a couple of years. The other solution would be to develop open APIs. Alternatively, open APIs and so-called bridges could translate between different systems. This has some drawbacks regarding security, because when content is shared across platforms, end-to-end encryption would no longer be possible between applications, but only between devices. However, the end level of security would still be very high, and this addresses in a more timely manner the problematic status quo that's not ideal in terms of privacy and security anyway. To develop those APIs, the European Commission could request European standardization bodies to develop guidelines for those APIs and work on common standards for the long term. One way to mandate interoperability for social media platforms in the EU would be to expand the Digital Markets Act. Article 7 of the DMA already includes a regulation on interoperability, however, not for social media platforms in general, but only for messaging services like WhatsApp. The good news is that the DMA allows the Commission to update the obligations for gatekeepers in line with the principles of the DMA. For example, if the added article addresses the power of gatekeepers to hinder innovation and limit choice for businesses and users.